Hi dears, very happy to meet you all in this video. Now again we are going to see the subject business studies. Till now we saw about Taylor, his principles, and then we saw the techniques, functional foreman, and then standardization and simplification. We have stopped still standardization and simplification. In standardization and simplification, to set up a standard, what is a standard? Standard is the rules, or it is the thing that has to be achieved and it has to be followed. It is the benchmark which have to be followed during the production. That is called standard. We saw, right? So to make a standard, they did work study. What they did? Taylor did work study. Work study consisted of how many parts? 4 parts, isn't it? What are they? 4. Motion study, then time study, then fatigue study and method study. Now we are going to study about all these study line one by one. Okay, are you all clear? So now shall we start with the first one? Now the first one is method study. The first one is method study. What is the objective of method study? The objective of method study is to find out one best way of doing the job. See, you will have n number of variety of things. You can do a job in many ways. So you have to find the best way to do the job. What is the best way? The word best way means it is time saving, it is cost saving, it is effective and efficient, and also it is qualitative work. Understood? So we are gonna this study is to find the best way. So there are various methods. I told you, right? There are various methods. So we will have many parameters also. So the right from the procurement of raw material, that is the initial stage for a production. In production, the first stage is procurement of raw material. First you have to procure raw material. What is procurement of raw material? Getting or bringing in the raw material is called procurement. உங்களோட இண்டஸ்ட்ரிக்குள்ள உங்களுடைய raw materials வருது, that is called procurement of raw material. From there till you have completed the product and the product is also given to customers. So till the customer is till the delivery of product to the customer, every activity is called as method study. Okay va? In every activity is a part of method study. So from procurement till you have given to the customer, there are many stages. Shall we list out a few stages in that? First you will get raw materials. That raw materials will come into the factory. Then it will enter the factory premises. Then it will go to the stores. Then what you will do? You will take that raw materials and put for production. So that is one activity. Then in that activity, after that activity, the production starts. During the course of production, either the production may be fully completed or it may be semi-completed in that day. So semi-completed production is called work in progress or WIP, work in progress. Okay, work in progress. So that goods are called work in progress. The finished goods are called as finished goods. The completed product is called as finished goods. Okay, so after completion, this till finished goods there is an activity. After finishing the goods, the finished goods is then again going to stores. After going to stores, what is happening? That is stores means where the godown or somewhere like that. Then from that godown it is taken to the departmental stores or the wholesale market or wherever it is to the distribution. After that it is going to reach the customer, isn't it? So it is having so many activities, isn't it? So every activity is a part of method study. Understood? Every activity is a part of method study. Taylor devised the concept of assembly line by using the method study. So he introduced the concept called assembly line. In assembly line using this method study. So assembling you will be able to understand, you are going to fix something, isn't it? So Ford company, you know, right? Ford. What is Ford company famous for? car, isn't it? Ford Motor Car used this, and the concept was very successful. Even now the company is using it. The objective of whole exercise, the objective of this is, I told you, right, the best, the word best way of doing job means what? The best means how it should be? It should be reducing the cost, it should be maximizing the quality, and it should maximize the customer satisfaction. The very important point is customer satisfaction should also be increased, isn't it? He should also be satisfied. Then only the product is successful, your company is successful, then only your goodwill will be increased, isn't it? For this purpose, many techniques like process charts and operation research, etc. are used. So, if to make a method study, to do a method study, you will have to follow process chart. So process chart means what? How it will be? So from raw materials, put down arrow mark, it goes to stores. From there it goes to, it is like a chart. So the process chart. Then operation research. Then what the operation should be, how it should be in research பண்றது operation research. So all these are being used for the method study. Why we are using this? To get the best method to do the job, isn't it? So for designing a car, the assembly line production would entail deciding the sequence of operation. So deciding what? In this, what are we deciding? We are deciding sequence of operation, means what should be the next one, what one after the other. We are planning the next first. After finishing first task, what is the second task? After finishing the second task, what is the third task? So this kind of placing is called sequence of operation. Then place for men. Place for men means who should do what work, and machines and raw materials, etc. So all these will form a part of method study. Understood? Now after this method study, now we are going to motion study. What is motion? In general terms itself, you can say what is motion. When there is a movement, you will call it as motion. So studying about the movements is called motion study. Very easy definition. Study of movements is called motion study. So like they have given some example. See the book. Lifting, putting objects, sitting and changing position, etc., which are undertaken while doing a typical job. So you are doing a same job, so same kind of job. So that time what is motion study means? Lifting, example, that every regular activities is we are studying about each motion and how long it takes. So to do say for example, when you are very new to do a work, you will take a long time, isn't it? So if you are going to shift one object from here to a place nearby, means it is taking 10 seconds for a new person. Means when a person is repeatedly doing the same work, will the time be 10 seconds? No, the work time will get reduced. So that is called as, in this we are going to see about motion study, that only it will deal. So unnecessary movement are sought to be eliminated so that it takes less time to complete the job efficiently. It means what? See, we have motion means we saw about movements. In movements we saw about like same in the previous example, raw material is coming in, that is also a motion. From that raw material, it is going to stores, from stores it is going to production place, from production place it is getting produced and coming back, isn't it? There is a movement of raw material in all the place. So how can we reduce unnecessary? If there is an unnecessary movement, you have to eliminate. Say for example, if the company is following a procedure that every day it is going to purchase the raw material required, it is only going to purchase the raw material required. Is there so that means today if the company is going to produce 500 products, so for producing 500 products, if it is needing 1500 raw materials, okay, so 1500 raw materials every day it will come, and 500 products is being produced daily, and then that's all, the day is getting ended. If this is the system of the company, then think of should the raw material coming in should go to the stores or should go to the production? It need not go to stores, because everything what they are procuring daily basis, isn't it? So there is no need to store, so it need not have a movement to store. So that unnecessary movement, in that case it can be eliminated. Okay, that is what they are saying. So on close examination of the motions, we can understand what all we can find out, whether the motion which are productive, motions which are productive means which is yielding efficiency or which is very important, that is called productive. Not, so productive not only means profit, that motion should be connected to the organization's motive and business. Okay va? So that is called productive. So every motion, whether it is productive or not, we are going to see. Next one, it is incidental. Incidental means it is coming along with what you require. Then motion which are unproductive. So productive, unproductive. So ஒரு motion இருக்கு, ஒரு movement நடக்குது, அந்த movement is whether you're going to check whether this movement is required or not required. If required, it is productive. If it is not required, it is unproductive. So if it is okay, if it is required also, but is this going to be an essential one, then it is called incidental. If it is not essential, we are not going to take that. Understood? So now Taylor, what he does is, so every movement will have some time, no? What does he do? He always divides the job into small parts, and each small parts he will calculate the time, isn't it or not? So he used stopwatches, symbols and colors to identify different motions. Through motion study, he was able to give a design, suitable design. Okay, through motion study, he was able to design suitable equipment and tools to educate workers on their use. So it resulted in good improvement for the organization. Understood? So what they are saying in this? So what is a motion study? Motion study is, for to do a job, you will have to do many movements. Okay va? So now we are going to cut short that movement, whether the movement is required or not. If the movement is required, then we call it as productive movement. If it is, the movement is not required or it can be eliminated abdina, we are going to call that as unproductive motion. So that motion is going to be eliminated. By eliminating that, you are going to save some time, isn't it? That is what the Taylor's main objective, to reduce the time, isn't it or not? So with this, he was able to design the machine, and he was able to train the employees also to use it. That is what they are saying. So this is all about the motion study. First we saw about what? We saw about method study. Method study is what? Finding the best way of doing job. Motion study is what? Doing the job, but we are eliminating unnecessary movements. That's all. Okay. Now we are going for time study. Time study, the word itself says it is time study. Study about time is called time study. It determines the standard time to perform a well-defined work. So if there is a work, or if there is a job, or if there is a task to be done, we will require some time to do, isn't it? So we are going to define how long it is going to take. If it is a production, say if it is, now it is a hotel industry. Now you think it is a hotel industry, so they are going to prepare food. Okay, in this time, how long it is going to take for preparing a biryani, how long it is going to take for preparing a dosa, how long it is going to take to prepare some other varieties of dishes. So that is what their allocation. So if it is going beyond that, you cannot, what will happen? If you overcook, what will happen? You can't eat, right? So we are going to define the time. So time measuring devices will be used in each task. Same example as cookering itself you take. in your home your mom will be saying we have to cook the rice for 10 to 15 minutes, isn't it? So then we will, after cooking for 10 to 15 minutes of the rice, then what we will do, then we'll take into pan, and we are, if you are doing some fried rice or variety rice, it is going to be put into a pan and it is going to be fried again. For that it will take some 5 minutes. How long? We will ask, right, how long should we cook? So that is what, every task needs to be fixing a time. Every task should be fixed with the time. This task should be completed within this many minutes, that task to be completed within this 5 or 6 minutes. That will be, that has to be defined. Okay, ma'am? The standard time is fixed for the whole of the task by taking several readings. So now we will take this hotel industry itself because it is very easy for you to understand also. Now we will take the very easiest example also. Preparation of dosa is the very easiest example for you to understand about this time study. Now for to prepare dosa, how long it will take? Generally think, for one preparing one dosa, it is taking 5 minutes. Okay, will take, it is taking 5 minutes means. So now how you are going to divide, how are you fixing this 5 minutes as the category? How we are fixing means, first we are taking the batter and then we are pouring on the pan, isn't it? So for taking the batter will take 30 seconds. For pouring on the pan and rubbing it will take a minute. Then to cook on one side will take some 2 minutes, like that. Then to cook on the other side will take 1 minute. For serving it will take half minute. So totally 5 minutes, isn't it? So for a dosa to be getting ready and to be served in the plate, it is taking 5 minutes. So how did you fix this 5 minutes? We divided that one task of making the dosa and keeping in the plate is one task. But how we decided? By several readings. Reading of taking the batter, reading of pouring the batter in the pan and rubbing it, then cooking on one side, then cooking on other side, isn't it? Then serving. So we decided, we had several readings. So all these several readings put together only we said 5 minutes. So that is what they are saying. The method of time study will depend upon the volume and frequency of task. So now if we are asking how long it will take for you to produce 10 dosas, if I am asking that question to you, you will be able to answer it very easily. How? Now only we saw it is taking 5 minutes to produce one dosa. So how long it will take to produce 10 dosas? It will take 15 minutes, isn't it? So how did you calculate that? Volume. Volume means how many dosas you want. That is volume. What is frequency? Is the time. The how long it is taking. So with that we are calculating the total time taken, isn't it? Now the next point. Then the cycle time of operation and the time measurement cost. Cycle time of operation, one complete cycle from raw material to finished goods is one complete cycle. Then again raw material to finished goods or customer is the another cycle. See, one from raw material to customer is one cycle of operation. So again if customer gives money only, you will be able to get the raw materials, isn't it? So that is one cycle of operation. So that also requires time study. So from raw material to get the delivery of finished product to the customer and getting back the money, that one cycle, how long it takes and how much cost it needed to get this cycle completed is also studied in this time study. The objective of time study, the main objective of time study is to determine how many workers we need to do the job. Okay, if you have to produce some 10,000 products, so how many workers you need? First you need to know how long it takes time to produce one product, isn't it? Then what is the time given to you? See, if the only 10,000 product is given to produce for a whole month, means how much for per day it is taking for 5 to 10 people to produce 1,000, means say take for example 10 people is producing 1,000 per day. So you need 10,000. Okay, so how long it will take? 10 days, isn't it? 10,000 ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ் என்கிட்ட ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணணும். ஒரு நாளைக்கு 10 பேர் என்கிட்ட வேலை செய்கிறாங்க. அவங்களால எவ்வளோ ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ண முடியும்னா எவ்வளோ ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ண முடியும்? 1000 ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ண முடியும்னா எனக்கு 10 நாள் இருக்குது. ஸோ இது வந்து நார்மல் கண்டிஷன். இப்போ ஐ ஹாவ் டு டிட்டர்மைன், இப்போ 10,000 ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ் தான், பட் ஐ ஹாவ் டு கம்ப்ளீட் இன் 5 days. I have to complete in 5 days அப்படின்னா என்ன செய்யணும்? I have to now recalculate, isn't it? எவ்வளோ வேலையாட்களை வச்சுக்கணும்? I have to increase the number of person, isn't it? So for that time study is very much important. And also not only for that, and also to reduce the labor cost. What is labor cost? Labor cost means the amount given for the workers is called labor cost. அவங்களுக்கு வேலை செய்கிறதுக்கு நம்ம வேஜஸ் கொடுக்குறோம் இல்லையா, ஆஸ் அ ஹோல். அது மட்டும் இல்லாமல் போனஸ் கொடுப்போம். we will give more incentives also. All together put together is called labor cost. We have to reduce that also, because why this time study is done is, if you employ more than the required number of people, think what will happen. So உனக்கு தேவை 10 பேர், சரியா? So instead of employing 10, if you are employing 15 or 16 people, what will happen? You have to pay 6 members extra money, isn't it? So labor cost is increasing. Will your production increase? No, they will sit simply only. So that time you are over employing, so that is not beneficial for you. It is giving a loss to you. Okay, what I do now, I need 10 people for a task, but I employed only 8 people. Now what is the scenario? Your cost, labor cost is reduced. Yes, you achieved that, but will you be able to complete your task? No, you will not be able to complete your task with 8 people, because you require 10 people, isn't it? So how to define how much people you want? Only with the help of time study. That is the main objective. So time study's main objective is to determine how much people you want to work and to reduce the labor cost. Understood? This is the example. Now next we are going for fatigue study. Next we are going for fatigue study. What is fatigue? Fatigue means a feeling of tired or rest for physical and mental. See, every person cannot be working throughout the day. What will happen? They will get tired, isn't it? Everyone will, as a human being, everyone requires rest. As a students also, you can't be sitting the whole day long and studying, isn't it? That is why even in school they have given you 2 breaks. Morning you have a break of 10:30, and in afternoon you have a break at 2 something, isn't it? 2:30. So you need break of 10 minutes. For what this break is given? To refresh your energy, to regain your energy, isn't it? That is, you have to get back to the normal condition. And you also have lunch break of 45 minutes. So giving up this break for regaining of energy is called fatigue. Okay va? So for a person to regain the energy, they need a break. Why they need a break? Why should they give break? Without giving any break, if they can continue, right? What will happen? Your listening ability as a student will be reduced. So first period you will be listening very actively. Second period 100% listening will go to 60. Then fourth period when you are reaching, you will be around sleeping if there is no break, isn't it? So to refresh you only, they give break after second period, because after second period again third period you will be energetic. Your listening capacity will be again boosting to 100%. So for a what interval should be given? So this, who calculated this time of 10 minutes break, half an hour break, and again 10 minutes break? Who decided? How was that decided? So that decision is in school it is okay, but what should be the break given to the person who is working in the organization? That about that we are going to study. That study is called as fatigue study. Okay va? Amount and frequency of rest intervals in completing a task. So to complete the whole day task, how much interval we should give அப்படின்னு we are going to study. That study is called as fatigue study. So why this fatigue happens? Why are we feeling tired? That is why are we getting bored, or why are we in badly in need of moving out of this work, either physically or mentally? There are some reasons behind it. What are the reasons? First one, long working hours. Long working hours means, say for example, that's what I told you, right? If your school is working for 6 hours a day, and without any break, if it is moving for a long stretch of 6 hours, will you be able to concentrate? No, right? So that time when you are working for more than 40 minutes or 1 hour, you require a gap, isn't it? So for every 1.5 hour you are getting a break. So that is what. So you can't work for long time. So when you are working for more long time, you will be in badly in need of rest. Next one, doing unsuitable work. Doing unsuitable work. How can you say it is suitable or unsuitable? See, the main thing, say for example, if a person is working in an iron and steel company, okay, so his main job is to take the iron rod from the hot coming out, okay va? It means every human body will be able to tolerate some kind of heat only, okay va? But if in an iron and steel company, for an iron rod to be manufactured, it requires tons and tons, and it requires more centigrade of heat to convert that, to mold that. The human beings only does that work, isn't it? So when they are working in that heat, they will not be able to tolerate that heat in their body, which is unsuitable to every human being. But there is no other go for their food, they are going for that work. So doing unsuitable work may require fatigue, okay, it may require rest. Because for just think of from 30 degrees centigrade to 40 degrees centigrade maximum in our city itself, if the temperature goes high, we are not able to stay. We are getting sweated, our energy is getting down. Now think of the person who is working in an iron and steel company in that hot iron rod near to that. What will the centigrade be? It will be nearly 200 degrees centigrade. So how will their energy be? Their energy will get reduced to so soon, isn't it? So they will be badly in require of rest. Then what is the next point? Having uncardinal relationship with boss. What is uncardinal relationship? There is a fight or there is a misunderstanding. Now think, when there is a bad situation between the worker and the boss, if the boss is scolding the worker, what will be the mind of the worker? Will they be able to work peacefully? No. So in order to forget that bad incident, morning if a person is entering in and the boss is scolding him very badly, the whole day will get upset, isn't it? So at that time, if the person takes a break, goes out and take a cup of coffee, or if he is going and meeting his friend for 5 minutes in the cafeteria, whatever it is, that break will give him more energy, and it will make him to forget that bad incident and come out of it. So at that time you will be requiring the interval. Then what is the last point? Bad working condition. So the working condition itself is not good. Everything is not correct for you, means how will you be able to work? Your energy will be completely exhausted. Bad working condition, what example I can give you is, see, as a manager, okay, you are telling your workers to work, okay, you are giving them explanations, but they are unable to understand because of their inability, okay, or if they are illiterate, whatever, they are not able to understand what you are telling. So how will you work efficiently? So that time you will be again and again, if you're repeatedly saying and again, they are unable to listen or unable to follow. That time you will get badly irritated, isn't it? At that time, what you'll think, oh God, I just need a cup of coffee, like that you'll think, right? So that time you need some interval. So this is what this is how we'll take the interval. So we had about 4 study. What all that? Again recollect, we studied about method study, we studied about motion study, we studied about time study, and last we studied about fatigue study. So we are going to recap this session of half an hour. For standardizing a work, okay, to standardize a job, to fix a standard, there is a requirement of work study. This work study consists of the following studies which we discussed. What were they? First one was method study. What is method study? To find one best way of job. Okay, that is called method study, the very important point in that. Then second one is motion study. What is motion means? Motion means movement. So studying about the movement is called motion study. In that motion study, what is the main objective? The main objective is to reduce the time. Okay, then what is the next study we did? We studied about time study. Time study means how long it takes for a person to complete a task is called time study. So how this time is fixed? The time is fixed based on several readings. So for to complete one task, it requires many small component timings, and then as a whole we'll say one task, isn't it? How long it takes. So as a whole, how the time study, how it is fixed? Based on the volume and based on frequency. The volume and frequency of the job will fix the time for that job. We saw that. Then for what the main objective of time study? The main objective of time study is to reduce the labor cost and also to determine how much person should work in that particular task. So that is called as time study. Then last final we saw fatigue study. What is fatigue? If every person will be requiring some rest, isn't it? They need interval. So that interval, studying about interval, how much interval should we give to for a person to regain his energy, because the company needs efficiency, isn't it? So for that, if a person gets dull, the energy, if he loses, his productivity will go down. So we should not allow that. So for that we are going to give interval. So that in studying about how much time to be fixed for intervals, about that, if an organization is going for that study, it is called as fatigue study. All these together is called as work study. This work study will help in fixing the standard. So hope you understood this concept. Next we will be going for differential piece wage system. This was introduced by Taylor. About this we will see in the next class. So you guys are going to revise this, and you guys are going to follow this and be ready for the next class. Again we are going to recap and then we'll start with this session. Till then, keep revising and keep on revising. Thank you. We'll meet up in the next session.